The iconic library at the Glasgow School of Art has been destroyed in yesterday's fire, although inspections have shown that 90% of the historic Charles Rennie Mackintosh building can be saved. At its height yesterday afternoon, there were fears the blaze would destroy the entire 100-year-old building, which is a world-renowned landmark. However, fire crews believe that as well as most of the structure, 70% of the contents can also be saved, including much of the students' degree work. Both the Scottish and UK governments have pledged to pay towards restoring it. Well, earlier I spoke to the chair of the Glasgow School of Art, Muriel Gray, who's been inside to see the damage.
We went in with very, very heavy hearts, expecting the worst, and first piece of really bad news is we've lost the iconic Mackintosh library. That has gone, but the brilliant news is about 95% of the building is still completely intact. Even including the Mackintosh Lecture Theatre, which sits below the library, is just smoke and water damage. A lot of the students' work has survived. Some, of course, unfortunately, hasn't survived at all, and that's the main tragedy of this at the moment, and we're doing everything we can to try and assist those students towards graduation. But the wonderful thing about it is, after the darkness of yesterday, is how wonderful this building has survived. The fire service, I have to say, I mean, I'm really not exaggerating when I say the intelligent professionalism that they've employed in saving this building has been breathtaking. They understood completely the nature of what they were dealing with, and once they were absolutely sure that life was secure and that nobody was in danger, they worked unbelievably intelligently, and I use that word deliberately, to make sure that they protected the things that were most precious. And I was stunned and heartened, and I came out from that tour expecting to be in bits, but I'm massively, massively relieved, because there's no way the Mackintosh has finished at all. It is just slightly bruised.
Well, I can understand why you're feeling so relieved, but I mean, the loss of the library is nonetheless very upsetting, isn't it? I mean, it's such an iconic room. It's the thing everybody remembers when they first visit.
Yes, the library was one of the world's greatest works of art in a space, but I can't impress this upon you enough, that Mackintosh did not work in precious materials. Mackintosh worked with precious ideas, and that can be rebuilt because it's still there. We can rebuild that, and what was wonderful and beautiful about Mackintosh wasn't the stuff it was made of, it was the way the space was arranged, and the beautiful objects and how he manipulated them within that space. And so that will be recreated for everybody to enjoy again. You can rest assured of that.
Well, you're sounding remarkably buoyant, and I guess that's because it's not nearly as bad as you feared.
Yes, I think I'm sounding buoyant, Christian, because yesterday I was being scraped off the pavement along with the rest of Glasgow School of Art, who are heartbroken, and I think it's because I've been over the entire inside of the building now, and I've seen for myself exactly what the situation is, and I am feeling very optimistic that things are going to be rebuilt and rebuilt well. So yes, the building itself seems like a living organism that can't be beaten down. I'm sorry, I'm smiling, but in the face of such a terrible thing, but I'm just so delighted that it's not as bad as we feared.
Muriel Gray, the broadcaster, who's now chair of the Glasgow School of Art.